What's up, everybody? This is your boy Uber Hikari, aka the Nerd Nigga, here to bring you another video with no frills, just the analysis. And it's time. This is what you've come for, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Rurouni Kenshin versus Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, gotta rub my hands together for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta do it. So in this video, there's gonna be two parts. The first is to give you an outline of the rules because we go into war, baby. So it's like the rules of engagement, man. It's like the rules of engagement. It's that time again. The versus matchup. So what I need you to do is listen very carefully to part one of this video in which I'll be outlining the rules of engagement. The second part is going to be a preview, an Uber Hikari style preview of the ass whooping that I'm going to give Team Yu Yu Hakusho when everything goes down next month. I gotta do it for my fans, baby, and I gotta do it, to rile up Team Kenshin. Cause me and J Zone on Team Kenshin, we're going in, man. We're absolutely going in. So listen very carefully to this first part. First, if you want the dates, like if you're an uploader and you want to upload a video, if you want the dates for when this is all going down, you have to PM Uber Black Man to get the dates. Last month, it was the 2nd through the 6th was the time period that you had to upload your video. This month, the dates are changing. And if you want those dates, if you're an uploader so that you know when to upload your video, you have to PM Uber Black Man for those dates. Second, obviously, this is a versus matchup, so you have to choose a team. You can't say that they're both equal. This is not that kind of show, ladies and gentlemen. This is a versus matchup, so you have to either pick Team Hakusho or you have to pick Team Kenshin. Also, you have to know a little bit about both series. And I would suggest that you at least have enough to give your first impression. So maybe 20 chapters of each, and I think that's about what, 2 volumes of each. And Yu Yu Hakusho isn't even that long. I think it's like 19 volumes anyway. So even if you just read like maybe the first 2 or 3 volumes, just enough to get you your first impression. You have to know at least enough to be able to make coherent arguments about either the Rurouni Kenshin manga or the Yu Yu Hakusho manga, because having that knowledge is necessary to make a judgment about which one of those manga are better. Also, don't bring up any other series during your video or in the comments below the video. So if you're an uploader, stick with just Yu Yu Hakusho versus Rurouni Kenshin. If you're not an uploader but you're a commenter on someone else's video, please do not bring up any other series. We're only comparing Yu Yu Hakusho and Rurouni Kenshin because, like I said before, this is a versus matchup. So we're only concerned with those two manga. So if you want to talk about DBZ or Naruto or One Piece or any of that other stuff, that's going to be irrelevant to the debate that we're having. Sort of the purpose of these versus matchups is to get the YouTube anime community to move away from the box, the big 3 box, and to sort of open your mind to exploring new series and other, and perhaps even other genres. No, maybe we might do a versus matchup in another genre. You never know. Cloud Village is always going to keep you guys guessing. All right. Also, and this is a must, it's absolutely necessary that you follow this instruction. No insulting the uploader or other comments. This is a no trolling zone. We're going to have respect for each other. We're going to engage in a coherent, intelligent debate about which manga is best. And in order to do that, you don't need to bring up personal insults or any other sort of ad hominem attacks. We don't need that. And furthermore, that behavior will not be tolerated. It's always the case that on my videos, blocking season is in session, and on any other member who uploads a video, blocking season will be in session on their videos as well. So if you troll, if you start slinging personal insults, you will be blocked. You've been forewarned. Also, here's another new rule that we've added since the last versus matchup. You can upload a total of 2 videos. but you have to upload them on the same day. And the reason why we've done this is to stop people from making, 3 or 4 different videos. No, that it becomes too complicated at that point, and we're not going to go through and check out, every single video that you post during this versus matchup. But one of the reasons why we have allowed you to upload at least 2, but only on the same day, is because some people might have the 15-minute time restriction, and it might really suck if you couldn't get all of your points out because you had to speed through your video because of the time restriction. Although you can get that time restriction removed if if your account is in good standing, and 2, if you just take the 30 seconds to verify your account, that 15-minute time limit restriction will be removed. Also, there's not going to be any like video responses. Like you don't do like last time we had like a whole bunch of video responses to other people. Like you can post those video responses to keep the debate going, but those videos will not count towards the final tally when we add up all the votes between Kenshin and Hakusho. Also, last time your vote could only count once. So if you voted for a team on one video, that was it. Your vote, you couldn't, none of your no votes after that could count. But we've kind of changed the rules a little bit there too, because now we will count 1 comment per video, which means this. If you're for Team Kenshin and you come on my video and you vote for Kenshin, that will count as 1 vote. But let's say you go and watch J-Man's video and then you also vote for Team Kenshin on J-Man's video. That will count as another vote. So as many comments as you can get on each individual video, that will count as 1 vote. So if you post on one video, 1 vote. If you post on another video, 2 votes. If you post on another video, that's your 3rd vote. So that's how it's going to work out now. So now let's get into part 2 of this video, which is just, I just threw a little something together, you know what I mean? Just to give you guys a little preview of, how bad this ass whooping is going to be for Team Yu Yu Hakusho. First of all, Rurouni Kenshin is a manga about the philosophy of human existence. The primary question that drives the plot and that drives the storyline, and even the primary question that drives the internal characterization of Kenshin Himura, but also the other characters as well, is what does it mean to be a human being? And Watsuki Nobuhiro tries to get at this question by examining or exploring the nature of justice. And so the primary question that drives Kenshin Himura throughout the manga is, how does he atone for taking a human life? And like I've said, if you watch my my review of Rurouni Kenshin, then you'll understand why this question of how to atone for a human life is complicated by the nature of justice, because a human life is invaluable, but human beings are by nature finite, which means that there's going to be an inherent problem in trying to figure out how to atone for taking something away from the world or from other people that by definition is invaluable, given the fact that human beings are finite. And so Watsuki Nobuhiro is very interested in exploring the nature of justice, but he's also interested in exploring the ethics of warfare. In other words, how this works, how warfare works in the Rurouni Kenshin manga, at least as it relates to Kenshin's role in the Bakumatsu, and his sort of, work for the Meiji government as against the Tokugawa shogunate, is that what Kenshin realizes after going through his experiences as an assassin during the Bakumatsu, is that war itself can never be the final authority when one is trying to judge between competing ethical claims. In other words, what that means is this: power cannot serve as the foundation for ethics, although power is necessary to maintain ethics. Here's what I mean by that specifically. Might doesn't equal right. Just because you have the power to do something, that doesn't mean that it's right for you to do it. But on the other hand, without power, without the ability to enforce ethics, and without the ability to enforce justice, then ethics and justice becomes an empty promise at that point. And you can even see it in the way, and you can even see this theme and motif in the character of Seta Sojiro. And this is something that Watsuki Nobuhiro, I think, does better than Togashi Yoshihiro. Although I do think Togashi Yoshihiro is a master of characterization. It's this: the ability to even provide the side characters, the secondary characters, with internal characterization, and to complicate their characterization by exploring certain themes and concepts. So in the character of Seta Sojiro, who's sort of like the head henchman of Makoto Shishio, Seta Sojiro has lived with this ideology of, if you're strong, you live, and if you're weak, you die. And in that fight between Seta Sojiro and Kenshin Himura, Seta Sojiro says to, when that fight is all over, Seta Sojiro says to Kenshin, he says, well, I guess you're right because you won the fight. And what Kenshin has to explain to him is that just because I won the fight, that doesn't mean that my position is right or that your position is wrong. And so what Watsuki Nobuhiro is done by bringing some sort of sophistication to the shonen genre is he's changed the importance of the fight, of the anime fight, and he's given it some sort of philosophical foundations, which is this: in Rurouni Kenshin, the fights serve as a sort of ideological foundation for exploring other themes and concepts that will be raised throughout the manga. In other words, the fights serve as a point of departure for considering other for other considerations about the nature of justice, or about the nature of ethics, or about the nature of power. The fights in themselves don't conclude the debate or the discussion, but they merely serve as an ideological foundation to begin that discussion, to begin the exploration of certain themes and concepts. So that's just a little preview of what you guys are gonna get. And don't worry, I have plenty more ammunition where that came from. Plenty more ammunition where that came from. But I'm just giving you guys a little preview of the types of points that I will be raising when I put up my video for Team Kenshin. So if you can't handle that kind of heat, I'm telling you, Team Yu Yu Hakusho, if you can't handle that kind of heat, and if your arguments don't come like I'm going to bring my arguments, then you already know that Team Kenshin is going to win, baby. You already know we're going to win. So I know for a fact that Esper Review is on Team Yu Yu Hakusho. And listen, Esper, I don't want you to be scared, man. I don't want you to be scared. But I'm just telling you, man, you got to bring it. And I'm coming for you, man. I'm coming for you. So this is your boy, Uber Hikari, a.k.a. the Nerd Nigga. Just brought you another video with no frills, just the analysis. Peace and have a blessed day. Yeah, Team Kenshin, you know what time it is. You know what time it is.